Hi guys, it's Nick the Booksmith. Welcome back to my channel. Today's project is brought to you by the continuing effort to keep me distracted from the task at hand, and the letter G. So if you would like to watch me fumble through making this thing that I made, that I thought of in the middle of the night last week, you have come to the right place. You can watch me fumble my way through this thing and we will make this thing together. Does that sound like fun? Okay, this is going to be a long video, so go grab a snack and I will meet you back here. So what I am going to begin with is I made this traveler's notebook insert, and just the standard 8 1/4 by 4 1/3 wide. And it's just a simple little insert. And so I want it to tri-fold, right? So this kind of gets put in the middle, and then I'm going to want this to fold over like this, and this to fold over like so, or maybe more like this one first, and then this one. Okay, so that's kind of how I want it to fold when it's finished, when I'm done with it. So I did get a piece of the scrap of this material, and I just cut it about 1 inch wide, and I don't even know how long it is. I didn't even, it's about 1 yard. I guess it's about a yard wide. And what I'm going to want to do is, I'm going to want to put this ribbon on here so that it can be tied closed. Okay, so I just kind of want to maneuver that on there and see what that's going to look like. And I think I like it about there. So I will probably go ahead and, let me turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna glue this. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down with some fabric glue. Okay, let me fold that back. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. I mean, I can sew it later, right? Okay, let me just kind of work that back down where it was. Hopefully I didn't put too much glue on it, and I think I'm good. Okay. Okay, so there's this side. And that's all glued down. Okay. And then I'm going to open it back up because I'm going to close that like that, and then I want to glue this side down. So let me close that back up like it's gonna be. Let me kind of fit that over and mark it so that I know where to stop the glue. Put a little. Do you like my marking system? Oh yes, this is how I work. This is how I do everything. Everything. And I'm just using the Fabri-Tac, you know, fabric glue. Okay, stop there at my little warning cone, a little traffic cone. Okay, now let me fold that over and make it even with that one. Okay, so that is kind of the first little step there, was to get that glued on. And of course I have 2 layers here stacked on top of each other, and we're going to take that apart because we need to work with one piece at a time. At least that's in my head. I need to work with one piece at a time. Okay, so this is going to be the inside. This is going to be the inside piece. And this is the outside piece. Okay, so what I am planning on doing on the inside is I want, and I need to kind of set this up so I know where my my folds are going to be. So 5.5. They're going to fold at every 5.5. So here's one fold is about right here, and then here's another one about right here. So in the middle is where I want my this little guy to go, and I'm going to put some kind of a band for it to slip into. So I will get a piece of lace, or guess I could do that right now. Here's some. So I could take a piece of, like, maybe this lace and sew that to the inside, and then that's what your traveler's notebook could slip into. So just keep that in mind, that's the plan for that. I'm gonna clip this back together because it wants to fling open on me. And then I want on this side, I'm gonna want somewhere to put pens. And so I'm gonna want some little loops or a little pocket to put my pens in. So that's gonna happen. And probably, and I might even do it out of lace. Just make it simple. Maybe. Alana sent me this. Isn't it beautiful? So pretty, pretty. So what I might do is sew, like cut that there, and then sew another one, and then sew another one, make a little pocket out of lace for my pens to slip into. And then on this side, I'm gonna want like a little envelope for like ephemera to slip into for decorating pages. So this will need a little envelope. Whether that is made out of paper or fabric, I think I'll probably just make it out of fabric because I have fabric. So I'll probably make this piece out of fabric as well. And I've got all kinds. I could even make it out of the same fabric. And then I also have a piece of, I've got this Tim Holtz fabric that I could use. I've got a bunch of this kind, and it's kind of cute too, so I could make a pocket out of this. Okay, so that's my plans for the inside is that. So let me set that aside and set this aside. And then, so that's the inside piece. So this is the outside. So this is the front. So here's our little front cover. And like I said, it's gonna fold every 5.5 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 is about right here. I'm just gonna kind of put up a guideline. No, I don't have a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Okay. I do not have a pattern. I usually don't make patterns because I'm not really good at sewing. Okay. So I want to do some kind of like a shabby chic collage on the front, and I've picked out some items that I would like to use. So let me kind of show you what I am working with. I've got this textile with some print on it, and then I've got some Tim Holtz fabric from Abby. So I thought maybe I would put that over here against this corner. Okay. And then I thought I would get maybe a piece of a doily. And maybe put that puppy right there, or maybe even a little bit above, because the edges are going to fray. So maybe a little bit of above that. And then I'm gonna want, I thought maybe some tea-dyed measuring tape, and then some of this lace. So kind of maybe put this lace over here, and then I don't know, maybe this way, maybe like that. Then I have another little crocheted doily, and maybe put this guy over here. And then I picked out, I love this picture. It's so cute. So I will probably sew this, like pretend like it's tucking out of this, like it's a pocket. It's not going to be a pocket, but we're going to pretend like it's a pocket. I will turn this around and show it to you here in just a second. Maybe put that little card right there. And here's some little tickets, and maybe put that there. And then I have this, it's trim, but it has different things printed on it. And I thought because this is going to be like a traveler's folio. So I thought maybe I will sew that right there. So let me flip this around and show you. Of course, I got to trim everything down and, you know, sew it all on. But what do you think? Does that look pretty good? So I thought I would go ahead and kind of start gluing this collage together and get this all set up, because I'm gonna glue all this stuff to this top layer, and then on the inside layer I will be adding all the pockets and stuff, and then I'll put them both together. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna put this together and get this glued on, and I will be right back, and we'll move on to what I'm gonna do next, I think. All right, kids, let me show you what I've been up to. It's been mere seconds for you, but it's been about an hour for me. Okay, so what I did was I sewed on what we just talked about. So, but I left the back of the doily open so I could put that picture in there. But you can see I sewed around all these pieces and down the edge. And then I added some crochet lace trim and put a zigzag stitch along the whole length of the tie, just so that it wouldn't fray and fall apart. So, and then I also sewed around the entire edge. So, let me flip this around so I can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take our little picture with the little ticket, and I'm going to kind of fit it in here, see if I can figure out how I had done this. Let's see, I think it was kind of like so, and make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that should be fine right there. And then I also have my little flash card that I sewed around, and then it's gonna go down here probably somewhere. And then this little guy was gonna go like there, maybe? Maybe? I say for the question. So let's glue that down real quick. See if I can remember where this went. All right, put some glue on the back of this sucker and see if we can glue this down without getting glue everywhere, first of all, and then back in the same spot where I wanted it. So, wish me well. Okay, so let's put this back in here carefully. There are better ways to do this, I can guarantee you that. All right, there we go. Right in like so. Okay. Okay, there it is. The kids are now down in the pocket. And I will probably put a touch of glue on the back of this doily a little bit to glue it down to the picture, so that that doesn't like get it doesn't get like caught on something. Does that make sense? Like something catches the edge of that lace and ripped it all up. So, and then also like maybe here on the edge of that lace too, just to kind of make sure everything is secure and held down. And then this little guy, I think I'm gonna trim, can you believe it? I'm gonna trim the strings. Who are you? It's like Invasion of the Pod people. It's not even Nick. Okay, so maybe like there, because I kind of like that. So as I put it down perfectly and then totally forget where it went, right? So let me put a little glue on the back of that and kind of sorta put that there. And then this little guy can go. Something's bugging me about this one though. What is it? What's bugging me? I mean, I want something here, but okay, I know I'm gonna want the little journey thing up here. Like, I'm gonna trim off another string. Gonna do it. I wanted this kind of up here between the 4 and the 5. I do remember that. So let's put some glue on the back of this guy. And like I said, I am absolutely totally winging this. I've never made one of these things before. So there is no pattern. Please don't ask me for a pattern. There is no pattern. Like I said, the pieces were 10 by 16 and a half, I believe, so that it could fold in thirds over a standard size traveler's notebook insert. But that is basically, and then I'm winging everything else. That is it. Let's see. I'm gonna kind of just leave this corner for a second because I do have some other things that I'm going to be adding. I've got some little charms and then some buttons, but I think I'm going to do that last. I don't think I'm going to do that while I'm still putting all this together. But here is so far what the little front looks like, and I really like it. I really, really like it. So it's like a little travel folio kind of thing. Okay, so let me set this aside. Let me show you what I'm doing to the inside. So I haven't sewn the inside yet. So here is our inside. So this is our pen pocket here. And what I did was I took that lace and I layered up 4 layers, and then I just I overlapped the edges just a little bit and glued them together. And then I took a piece of this fabric and made a backing for it. And because you could see through the lace, I put a poem back behind it. Do you see the words? There's a poem back there behind it from a very, very old book, 1920 book. So that's kind of back there. And then we'll be able to slip our pens and writing utensils in here. And I'm going to sew around here. I'm going to sew around the whole edge. And then this is the lace band that I told you about. And then this is what, it's glued at the top of the bottom, and this is what our little traveler's notebook insert is going to slide into to keep that secure in the middle. And then I took a long strip of fabric. I don't even know how long. I just took a really long strip of fabric and I just doubled it over and I glued the sides, and you see it's like a little pocket. So here's our little pocket, and I went ahead and I glued it down to the backing fabric, and then I left it open in the back for a pocket behind the pocket. It's a pocket behind the pocket. So I need to go sew all this together, and then that way we can put the whole shabob together and then do some final embellishments and see if this is even going to be a win or a fail or what it is. I mean, it's for me, so it doesn't really matter what it is. Just a fun thing that distracted me from getting that course done. So I apologize. All right, I'll be back in just a minute. Wow, I've made a mess in here. Okay, so what I have done is I sewed around all the edge. Oh, sorry for the glare, guys. And then I sewed around the edge of this pocket, and then do as I say, not as I do. Before I glued this all together, I should have sewn around the entire perimeter, but I did not. So I very carefully sewed around the flap, and then I sewed here. And then because I don't want this to fray anymore, I took some of that lacy trim and I sewed some zigzag along that, and so I'm just gonna glue that right there just so that it doesn't go anywhere, and then that way it kind of delineates right here the line, the top of the pocket, and it will keep it from fraying. So there we go. How's that? Told you, no pattern. Just wing it. Okay, so we've got our flap here. We've got our little double pocket, so our little pouch, and then our little pocket behind it. Okay, so let's flip this dude over. And another thing I thought before I put the front panel on is that I would like to add a little bit of structure to the inside, just to give it some some structure. You know, some structure. So I cut, this was an old file folder, like a throwaway, and I cut just 3 equal pieces. I did not measure them, but I'm assuming they're about 9 inches by, I don't know, 4.5 or so. And I'm going to glue a panel to each fold, and then that way this will be able to have a little bit of structure. It won't be so floppy as far as when you close it and when you're working in it and writing in it and stuff. It'll have a little bit of backbone to it. So here we go. No guts, no glory. So I don't know why I'm moving strings. This is the inside. Such a dork. Okay, so that'll go there. Just gonna glue that down. I hope this works. I hope I don't get this together. Man, I wish I wouldn't have glued those stupid pieces in the middle. I will tell you if I do. If that's what happens, I will tell you. Don't glue those in the middle. I just thought it would be a good idea, so we'll see if it's a novel idea or if it's really, really dumb. Let's glue this puppy over here, leaving room to glue around the outside edge to glue the 2 front and back panels together. Man, I hope this doesn't like glue through. No, we're good. And then I'm going to kind of center this guy in the middle. Like I said, I'm not measuring, so let's hope this works out. And this will give the front panel like something to like glue to as well, like adhere. At least that's the plan, man. Okay, just kind of eyeballing it. All right. All right, so the plan is, of course that's backwards, but the plan is that it'll fold nicer. Does that make sense? Okay, like I said, no pattern, no script. So let's take, here is our front panel, and I can flop that over, and we can match this one up to this one, back to back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a whole mess of glue all over this, and we're just going to put that front panel on. Oh, it's scary. It's so scary. Let me roll up my sleeves. Get my glue flowing here. Come on. Come on, come on. Maybe I'll do like the middle first. And that way it's not like all, like half the glue's drying before I even get the other half on. That would stink. That would stink. So let's just do this part first. Those of you that have like worked with this kind of stuff before are probably, again, screaming at me. No, don't do it that way. Well, you need to yell a little harder because I can't hear you. So we're gonna just match up the front to the back. Let's get that all secured down. Like so. And we'll fold this guy back. Oh, I'm really sorry about that glare. That sun shining off the snow is super bright. So let's run the glue along the outside edge. So why didn't I sew these two together? Sorry, string. I just thought it would be a little easier to maneuver things if I built the front and the back differently or separately and then put them, man, I'm just spazzing out. Then put them together. I don't know, I just thought it would be a little easier. I don't know, maybe it's not. But that's why I did that. All right, let's take this guy and lay this side down. But since we've already matched everything up, it should lay down nice and flat and all matched up. And we smoosh it down, smooshy. And now let's do this front cover. So you guys tell me in the comments below if you think you will tackle something like this. Like I said, I don't have a pattern, so don't ask me for a pattern. But I bet you guys can figure it out. You crafty people out there, you guys are so talented that you don't need a pattern. You can figure this out for sure. But let me know if you're gonna make one. I would love to see them. Put them on Instagram and tag me. Okay. All right. I'm gonna run a little glue along there. Make sure there's plenty of glue. Always, always, always. And let's kind of just smooth that down. This fabric is kind of like lightweight canvas, so it's pretty sturdy stuff, which is nice. So it should hold up okay, I would think. Okay, let's check out our preliminary situation here. Okay, so here is our little traveler's notebook insert, and on the inside I did some tracing paper and some Edith Holden, some book pages. Isn't that pretty? Just some pattern paper, you know the deal. So just some pretty stuff I put together. And then this little guy slips into this band right there, and you are most welcome to grab. Where's my? I lose everything. So just oh, here it is. I got this great big huge clip. Alana sent it to me. It's awesome. So you could either sew these closer to the book, to the edge, to make them nice and tight, or you could use something like this big old hefty paper clip to kind of secure it in there. You know, there's all kinds of things you can do. So anyway, there's that. I'll probably do something, you know, different, more secure in a minute, but I don't think it's really going to go anywhere. So here's the pocket for our pens, and then on this side I still need to decorate, but this is for like ephemera. You can put some, let me find them. There's like some little tags. You could slip some little tags in here, or you could put the tags in the back like that, and then that way, like if you are traveling and you need to leave a note with somebody but you don't want to rip anything out of your book, you could have little tag notebook paper there. You could also do bigger tags out of, like, you know, this is Tim Holtz. This is one of the 6x6 packs, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And of course it's cattywampus. And why I have to fix that, because you guys don't even see that, but this is my life. This is what I do. I get myself all caught up into stuff that doesn't need to be done right at this minute. It's my life. So you can make bigger tags to put in there. And then in here, you could do all kinds of like little ephemera, little dudes that you can use for decorating later. This is a nice piece of little shipping tag, and set that back there. But we've got these little guys, and I've got more photographs and some little book cover printouts. You know, just cute stuff. Here's a little ticket. So, you know, this kind of stuff can go in here so that you can decorate as you are traveling, as you are doing your little whatever your thing is. So that's that. I need to sew a button on there. So I will do that. Here is a postcard. Lots of room in here. Lots and lots of room. There's probably room for I'd say at least 4 pens in here. So you could bring 4 different colors. And then this folds over like this. And this folds over like this. And then, ta-da! Ta-da! And it's all closed, but it's secure so that you can not lose anything. But how cute is that? Do you like that? So I will finish decorating the front of this now that we kind of got our act together. Our act together? Do we have our act together? Probably not. And you can always switch these around if you want the pen pocket over here and this pocket over here, you know, whatever floats your boater. You just do whatever you want to do. But to the front, remember, I was going to do something. Oh, I was going to add a couple of little buttons, wasn't I? So let's grab, here's a cute one. It's a little shell button from Pat. So Pat, I am still using these buttons. So there's one. And now I want one that is maybe a different color. How about this one? And you can, obviously you can sew these if you would rather sew them. Just for time's sake, I'm just gonna glue them on. And then I want a dinky one. I want a dinky one. So let's get a dinky one. Here's a dinky one. Wipe off the edge of this glue. So here's a dinky one of a different color. So we have 3 little buttons down there. There we go. So maybe on the inside instead of a button, I'll put this guy. Like right in the middle, like a button. I don't know, like that. And then instead of a button, I'd have like a little pin. And then what else were we going to do? We were thinking about doing, let me take the pen out for a minute. we were thinking about maybe doing this little book cover and then perhaps this little doily with a hat pin. Maybe. Maybe. And then here's like this little ticket we could do in the back like so. I like that. Okay, that's gonna happen because I like that. So let me glue this on. So that went kind of like that, approximately. Ugh. And then we've got this guy. So he was going to go about right like that, approximately. And then the doily with the hat pin was just going to kind of hang out right there, I believe. And he'll hang out about right there. Just like that. Just like that. So, there's that side. But that, I committed really quickly to that side. It's this side I just haven't committed to yet. I do like this. And here's like a little receipt too. I like the little receipt. The receipt is adorable. We could do like that and like this. Maybe. All right, that is all sewn. And let me get my glue. My glue that is almost gone. Okay. And then this little guy goes like down like how did I have it? Like that? Can I get glue on that? A little bit. Okay. And then I have this little tiny postcard charm. Is that showing up? There we go. And I can glue that down here. I think that would be really, really cute. So I'm going to take a little scrap of just some fabric that's sitting here because there is a little hole on this postcard. I'm going to thread something through it. I don't have string at this second, so I'm going to strip off the excess fabric and you just kind of leave a little bit of a, whatever that is. Yeah, that thing. And then I'm going to put some glue on the back. Like so. And then I'm just going to kind of plop that guy right there. No rhyme, no reason. Okay. Okay. Is that enough? Is that enough? I mean, you can obviously just go to town. You just go to town if you want. Do I want to go to town? Do I even want to leave the house? That is my question. So super cute, right? We can write in here, boop. You can also just take it out and write in it and then put it back in. I just don't want to glue this and then have it all stick together. If you want to put even like a magnet or a little snap to keep that closed, or a little Velcro thing, I might put a little Velcro thing there. That might be like super awesome to do. Then that way it stays shut. And then that way when you close this and then you close this, now everything's all put together. It's all pretty. Okay. I've got strings everywhere. I'm gonna have to vacuum again. And there will be little strings all over the place. Cut them off if you don't want them. So here is our little traveler's notebook folio, kind of a shabby chic kind of a thing. I'm still figuring out what I want down there. I'm just kind of not sure. I will mess with this a little bit, and if I change it, I will update a photograph. I will take a picture and update tape that. I just want to do something there. I just don't know what it is. So since I don't know what it is, I'm not going to like torture you guys to like sit here as I, you know, ponder, you know, my existential existence and figure out what to do in this corner. We're not, I wouldn't do that to you. So I will think about it off camera. And if I do something about it, I will definitely take that picture. I will wait until I do something to that corner to take the picture. How's that? All right, kids, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and making this crazy thing. Yeah, so I hope it at least spurred some inspiration and makes you want to go get out your glue and your fabric and make something. Just go make something, man. All right, guys, I will see you very, very soon in the next video. It was a pleasure, my friends. I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.